Hi, my name is Eyþór Eðvarsson, and I'm one of the crew members who's going to row from Norway to Iceland this summer. And on the way, we're going to stop at different places. We start in Norway, go to the Orkney Islands, then to the Faroe Islands, and then to Iceland. And we're going to tell the story on the way. And one story that Gísli is going to tell us about is the story of our boat, Auður Djúpúðga. Gísli, what can you tell us about Auður Djúpúðga?
Auður Djúpúðga, the name means Auð, deep-minded. Auður means wealth. And in the sources, her name also appears as Unnur, and that refers to the sea. So it's somehow wealth in the sea that her name bears. And she is an exceptional woman in every sense in the Icelandic history. She is said to have been a Viking queen in Dublin. Her husband, Ólafur Hvíti, was killed in Ireland, and after that she left to settle in Iceland. She went through Scotland, where she lost her son, and continued to the Orkneys, Faroes, and ultimately to Iceland, planting her family members in all these places where they became powerful and influential originators of local families. And we have a historical background for her also, because the name of her husband appears in the Irish annals as Olaf, and must be the memory of the same character. Even the name of her father, who was a Norse chieftain in the Hebrides, Ketill Flatnever, Ketill Flatnose. His name appears as a name of a chieftain also in local sources there. So we can establish her fairly well in history, and the dualism in her name, Auður, Unnur, also may be part of the idea that it's an origin myth of Iceland also. A very strong woman that comes from the Norse Gaelic world, brings with her early Christianity and all this literary influence that later flourished in Iceland, and in particular in the area which she settled in the west of Iceland, in the Breiðafjörður area. Mm-hmm. And she brought with her lots of slaves, men and women, that she planted all around her. And a big saga is told about her family after they arrived in Iceland, and including the best known about the Irish princess Melkorka, that came as a slave to the region and gave birth to a son that later returned to Ireland to visit his royal family there, when it all came out that her noble background, even though she had been enslaved. And Auður thus captures the very essence, I think, of the original idea about the Icelanders, and it reflects on the origin myth of Scandinavia as a whole, as a cultural entity, because the mythology of the Norse mythology of Scandinavia tells of Odin, the chief god, being a local king originating in Turkey and then goes north to Scandinavia, plants his family members on the way as local kings, and very much in the same fashion as Auður does on the way to Iceland. So it's a story that reflects on the Odin origin myth, and even the elements of her name, Auður and Unnur, Óð, In, Auð, Un, I think mirror the same. So it is a origin myth with all the founding power of the mythology, adding on Christianity and secular influence as well, creating one of the greatest and most successful characters in the story of the Icelandic settlement.
And she went to the Orkney Islands, and what happened there?
Yeah, she planted her family members there as a part of the leading power elite, and the same in the Faroe Islands, and so it's she becomes a part of the origin myth of all these stories. So she links beautifully the entire Viking emigration into the North Atlantic from Norway through her father, of course, to the British Isles, the Norse colonies in Scotland and Ireland and the islands, and taking them out into the Atlantic, the Faroes and ultimately Iceland. And it's also her family members that later move on to explore and settled in Greenland and Vinland beyond. So it's very much in her family and the mixed Norse Gaelic culture that she represents, that all the major achievements of Icelandic letters and navigation and exploration take place.
Gísli, thank you very much. This was the story of Auður Djúpauga, the name of our boat. Thank you.